Meghan Markle and the race card. What if she had married into another royal family? This is going to be an extremely interesting topic. So you definitely want to sit back, relax, and tune in. But before I do so, welcome to Chrono Royals. Here we explore royalty, power, ambition, and the legacies that shaped history. Also, a huge thank you to everyone supporting the channel so far, and a warm welcome to all of our new viewers. If you're new here, we would love to have you join Chrono Royals, and I personally invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to hit that notification bell so you don't have to miss a single future discussion. As always, your support and participation helps us grow. And now, without further delay, let's dive into today's topic. All right, well, now that we've exposed the biggest race hustle of the century, let's take it one step further, shall we? I've already told you who I am. I am a human, Asian, yellow, and proud. And that's why today I want to ask you a very simple question. What if Meghan Markle had married into a different royal family? What if instead of Prince Harry and the British Monarchy, Meghan had married into a royal family, let's say from Asia, the Middle East, or another non-Western dynasty? Would she have been able to pull the same victim narrative? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Let's put our light bulbs on, our thinking caps on. Would she have been able to play the race card and walk away richer? Would she have been able to shame an entire monarchy for oppressing her? Spoiler alert. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But before we compare monarchies, let's define together what it means to be royal. You see, monarchy is not a democracy. It does not operate on personal desires or modern activism. Monarchy is an ancient institution, a sovereign entity, an unbroken lineage of duty passed down through generations. To be royal is to belong not to oneself, but entirely to the state. It is to sacrifice ego for legacy, personal ambitions for national honor. You know, a true royal understands that their existence is not for personal fulfillment, but for the service of their people. They do not seek attention. They command respect. They do not cry out for sympathy. They carry the weight of a nation in silence. They do not sell their private lives for profit. They guard their dignity with unwavering restraint. You know? And so herein lies the great clash between Meghan Markle and the institution she sought to infiltrate. The thing is, Meghan Markle, she was never meant to be royal. She was never prepared to carry the weight of duty. She never intended to put the monarchy above herself. She never sought to understand what the monarchy represents. She never applied herself to learn the meaning of monarchy and what it means to represent, to be a member of this institution. And that is why Meghan Markle failed. But, have you ever wondered, what if she had married into another monarchy, another royal family? Do you think she'd have been able to get away with her self-indulgent rebellion? Would she have been able to shame an entire royal dynasty for her personal gain? Think. Let's talk, let's debate. Let's throw it all out there. I'd like to share some insight with you with some examples in hopes that this might shed some light, especially to you, the Sussex Squad. I know you're here. I know you're here to stay. You'll never go away, so you might as well join. So come on in. Come on into this room here, this little private chat, and, just relax with us. We're not about division. We're about inclusivity. So please come on in, Sussex Squad, sugars, wokeness people, everyone. Come on in. I'm going to wait until you all are here. All right. So are you guys all ready to hear what I have to say? You better be, because this is going to be super, super juicy. And this is going to make you guys think hard, real hard. Like, I want to open your eyes. I want to open your vision. I want to dig deep into you so you can wake up, like ding, 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 ding. Anyways, so let's go. Let's start with Japan. When you marry into the Japanese royal family, you do not gain power. You give up personal identity. That's it. Literally. The minute you say I do to the Imperial family, you literally die within. Meaning you give up yourself. You give up the identity you were born with. You take off the coat you've had your entire life and you hang it up and you put on the cloth of a royal. You put on the cloth of an empress, of a royal bride, of an emblem of the nation. You put on an armor that will protect you and guide you and define you in this new royal life. I'm going to give you an example of an empress that I admire so very much. Empress Masako, the current empress of Japan. She is a Harvard-educated diplomat, okay? She's got things under her belt, She's not a bimbo. She's not a yacht girl. She's not a suit star. She's not none of that. She is, or she was, a very educated person. Married into the Japanese royal family, imperial family. And you know what? Empress Masako has struggled for years, decades, under pressure, under the pressure of imperial expectations. Yet, she never once aired her grievances, not ever once uttered a sigh. In Japan, royal spouses are expected to adhere to absolute silence, grace, and servitude to the emperor. Okay? Also, I just wanted to do a little quick point out that even her mother-in-law, the previous empress, same thing. They've had to zip their mouth and just bow their head down and do what is dictated and expected of them. These women have had to literally become a new person. They've had to mold into an emblem for the sake of the nation. Does that even make sense to you guys? I hope I am making sense. At the very same time, I also wanted to pinpoint another person that definitely we can find some relations with Meghan Markle. And it's completely different, but it relates, trust me. And so, Princess Mako, she is the niece of the current Emperor Naruhito. Okay? And she is the niece who gave up her royal status just to marry a commoner. Think of that. She was born of royal blood. And you know the Japanese imperial family. They are of the most noble, of the most noblest nobility, highest of nobility of the royalist blood there is in Asian history. Like the Japanese imperial family, they are literally an unbroken line of successor, male only successors. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they've had female empresses. Yes, they've had consorts, okay? But in Japan, it is rule and law that only males, the man of the family, can succeed. But that's another topic for another day. But anyhow, now, so anyway, I want to, final point about Princess Mako is that, okay, so she marries a commoner, and you know what? She gives up her royal status, her royal privilege. Like, poof, done, gone. You exit the family the minute you say, I do. You also kill yourself to become this commoner. It's the same concept, just backwards. When you are born within the royal household and you walk out of the royal household to become a commoner, you also lose everything you're born with, all the privilege. They give you like $1 million for your dowry and you're done. Out the door, have a nice life, live happily ever after. That's what you wanted. That's what you get. We're happy for you. End of story. And you know what the best part is? Not a single time have you ever heard her say, I lost my royal status. I lost my title. My children, my commoner children are not going to get royal statuses or titles. Because that is the rule and that is the law. And that's it. You know what I mean? So, now imagine Meghan Markle in this setting. Would she have been able to give up her American identity for imperial discipline? Would she have been able to function in a royal family where self-expression takes a back seat to national honor? Would she have been able to sell personal interviews about how hard royal life was? No, because in Japan, loyalty to the imperial household comes first, always. Had Meghan Markle married into Japan's imperial family, she would not be on Netflix. She would not be suing tabloids or writing tell-all books. She would be silent. She would be silenced. Or she would be gone. Now, next, let's examine the Thai monarchy, the royal Thai family. Okay? One of the most strictly revered institution in the world. World. W-O-R-L-D. Because in Thailand, the royal family is protected under strict laws of laisser les majestés, meaning that it is illegal to criticize or defame the king or the royal household. The monarchy is intertwined with Buddhism. Okay? And it demands absolute respect, humility, and devotion to the nation. Members of the royal family do not engage in media news, media wars, public scandals, or personal attacks. Now, ask yourself, could Meghan Markle have played the victim in Thailand? Nope. Because in Thailand, Meghan would not be a tabloid star. She would be a criminal. She would not have been allowed to openly defame the monarchy. She would not have been permitted to seek sympathy in the Western press. She would be exiled or worse. You think that's harsh? I'm harsh, aren't I? Well, guess what? Get over yourself. That's the truth. And there's nothing you can do about it. It is the truth. And if you think Asian monarchies are something, if you think they're something, how about Brunei? What about if she had entered the Sultan of Brunei's royal family? What happens when you marry into the Sultan of Brunei's dynasty? Have you ever wondered? The royal family follows strict religious and cultural laws. The monarchy's image must be protected at all costs in Brunei. No public outburst, no scandals, no drama is expected from each and every single member of the royal household. Whether you're blood or whether you're married in. Don't matter. Okay? Dutiful wives are expected to respect the monarchy, not monetize it. Dutiful wives are expected to elevate the monarchy as it is their job. That's what they do. And there's just no ifs and buts. You marry in, you do what we tell you to do. End of story. So, could Meghan have cashed in on the Poor Me tour? Do you think she could have? Not a chance. She'd be exiled before she could even get her first Spotify deal. She'd be exiled before she could utter her very first sigh. There would have been no chance. You know what I mean? And really, if you think I'm harsh, wait till we talk about the Gulf monarchies. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar. What about all these other countries? Jordan. What about them? In these kingdoms, the royal family is the state, and Defaming the monarchy means defying the government itself. Royal wives do not air private grievances. They do not sell royal secrets for personal gain. They do not even seek to outshine the sovereign. Could Meghan have given interviews feeling trapped if she had married if she had married an Arab prince? Not if she valued her safety, I'm telling you that much. Meghan knew exactly what she was doing when she chose the British monarchy. She chose the only royal family that would tolerate her nonsense. And now the gravity of reality is pulling her back down. Yep, it is. You know, real royalty is about sacrifice. Real monarchy is about duty. Real power is silent, disciplined, and eternal. Meghan Markle, she sought and she thought she could rewrite monarchy. She wanted to reinvent the wheel. But she only exposed her own narcissism. And this is what the world needs to know. This is what the world needs to understand. This is the reason why Meghan Markle is so hated. This is the reason why nobody likes Meghan Markle. Nobody. Especially within royal folds. The many folds of the royals across the world. Around the world, around the globe. What do you think they're thinking about her? Never mind what you Sussex Squad thinks Mexiters think about Meghan Markle. Think big. What do you think other monarchies say about Meghan Markle when they're having tea after dinner or coffee after dinner or, come on. Think big, you guys. And these are just some examples, and I think they're also the main examples as to being able to understand how monarchy itself, the system of monarchy and royalty, how that all works, But, I also wanted to make a little, quote unquote, parenthesis, okay? Because we're talking about royalty. And what is royalty? Royalty is also money. It's also fame. It's also wealth. And so a lot of people claim royalty in their own rights, in their own ways. And, this brings to mind another family that I wanted to bring on this stage because it is a family that is very deserving of being on the stage, because they're not royals, okay? They do not have a single drop of royal blood coursing through their veins. Yet they are more powerful, they're wealthier than some monarchs around the world. Their wealth is just, out of this world. But I wanted to also, again, bring them on the stage and to be a part of this discussion, because a lot of people are going to be like, well, what if it wasn't a royal family? Okay, well, let's bring another family that is not royal then, okay? But very royal in their own right. And so that brings me to talk about the most powerful, influential, and wealthiest family in Asia, the Ambani family. Ambani, you've heard of them, you've seen them. I know you have. And if you haven't, then obviously you don't know what extreme wealth is. But I know Meghan Markle knows them. They're the top notch of the top notch of the top notch money, And again, the Ambani family, they are not royals in title, but they move with more power, prestige, and influence than most monarchies. Their wealth surpasses that of entire nations. They have built an empire that commands global respect and without ever needing a crown. And yet, despite this unimaginable wealth, you will never ever see Nita Ambani, Isha Ambani, or Radhika Merchant, the woman of this empire, playing the victim card, crying about their privilege, or selling family grievances to the media. Hell to the no. They're always in the media. They're always out there. But not for the same reasons as Meghan Markle. Never, never, never. They're out there living life. They're out there showing and showcasing their life of extreme wealth and opulence. But they're not breaking their family apart. Trust me on that. And they respect their father. They do. The Ambani family, it's all about family ties. It's all about blood. You know what I mean? Like, blood is thick. Unlike Meghan Markle's, where blood has been washed out with, like, too much tig, But anyway, let's keep going. This is the reason why she's not making it in life. And this is the reason why she failed. Because real power does not complain, it commands. Now, imagine Meghan Markle in Radhika Merchant's shoes. Would she have been able to handle what it means to be an Ambani? Would she have been able to uphold the tradition, discipline, and sheer presence required to belong to that empire? Would she have been able to sacrifice self-indulgence for a family legacy? Let's create a scenario real quick. I know I might be losing some of you out there, so I'm going to create a quick little scenario. Let's say Meghan Markle had married into the Ambani dynasty, okay, trading places with Radhika Merchant, the wife of Anand, okay? What does life look like for the wife of an Ambani? Okay. Well, let me tell you what it means to be Radhika Merchant, now Radhika Ambani. She is a symbol of power, grace, and discipline, intelligence, poise, elegance. Radhika carries herself with absolute dignity, poise, and responsibility. She does not air personal grievances or victimhood narratives. That isn't to say that she's not faced with any. Of course, she's got to be faced with huge challenges coming into the Ambani dynasty. Although she herself comes from a very wealthy family, she's also the daughter of a billionaire herself. And so, of course, going into another billionaire family's, when you talk money and money, that's no big deal. But when you're talking about becoming the daughter-in-law of a respected family, that comes with weight. That comes with sacrifice. And so she represents a legacy that is bigger than herself. She represents her family. She cannot disgrace her family. Radhika cannot disgrace her family going into the Ambani family. No, she must make her family proud by elevating the Ambani family. But Meghan Markle, she did the complete opposite. She took a prince, a perfect royal blood prince. She deflated him. She downgraded him. She threw him in the dirt. She told him he wasn't good enough. She told him he was just a spare part. She made him believe he doesn't belong. She wrapped up his little brain around her finger. She squished it. She smashed it against the wall. She threw it across the pond. And then she put it in jail. And then she's crying the race card. Think of that. Think of that for a second. Meghan Markle could never be Radhika Ambani. Markle can never be anyone. She can never be a bride of another royal family. Nobody would ever want Meghan Markle to be a part of their family or their dynasty. You know? So, Sussex Squad, talk to me. Tell me, what are you thinking? What do you have to say? Don't pull up the race card. I'm already pulling it and I'm already using it. My racism beats your racism. I'm a racist with a Y. You're not, and you need to become one. Now, let me tell you why Meghan Markle could never be an Ambani. The empire of the Ambani family is built on generational wealth, discipline, and calculated power moves. They do not tolerate mediocrity, okay? They do not entertain scandal. They do not engage in self-pity. Okay? End of story. Radhika Merchant, she is an educated, poised person. She understands legacy, upholds family honor. Meghan Markle, complains about being silenced despite never shutting up, really. Another thing, let's say the Ambani women, they're regal, graceful. They keep their private lives private. Meghan Markle, she airs family drama on Oprah for a check. She disowns her own father, her own blood. She discarded her 50% black side of the family. All that. I mean, look, literally. Ambani wives, they command respect through elegance and restraint. Meghan Markle, she demands attention through outrage and manipulation. So, you see the difference? The contrast, the sheer contrast, it's just black and white. It's on black and white, you know? So, real royalty, whether in title or in power, it demands humility, grace, and strategic brilliance. You don't just shine for the heck of shining. You shine for a purpose. And it would help even more if you already come with a natural shine. But in Meghan Markle's case, you can't find the shine in her. It's just not there. It's not in her DNA to shine. It's an empty vessel. She has an empty body, empty soul. She's soulless. She's not there. There's no spark in her eyes. There's no light in her aura. There's nothing there. It's just blah, beige, plain, monochrome. Let's be honest. Meghan Markle has none of these qualities. She is an attention-seeking, grievance-milking, fame-addicted opportunist. She thought she was marrying into the most powerful dynasty in the world, and she did. And yet, she failed with flying colors. She underestimated what true power looks like. She's so freaking hungry for fame and power, but she has no idea what it means. Meghan Markle thought she was playing a royal game. She thought she was outsmarting a monarchy. She thought she could twist the narrative, weaponize race, and turn herself into this global icon of victimhood. But the truth is simple, and it is so simple, and yet so very few refuse to comprehend this concept and the fact that she married into the one monarchy that was too polite to put her in her place. She mistook privilege for power, fame for influence, race for leverage. She thought she could rewrite history, but history will only remember her as a narcissist who played herself. Because, you know, in the world of real monarchs, real power families, and real legacies, she would have never stood a chance. Ever. Ever. And this is why Meghan Markle had to choose the British monarchy. This is why she never dared to grasp or beyond. She never dared to go after another power dynasty because she knew she could only manipulate one. And that is the British royal monarchy. And now, game is over. It is the end game. End game, Meghan Markle, Omid Scobie. This is the end game Omid Scobie was talking about. You know? Her life is unraveling on the global stage, and it is the end game. So, what do you think? Drop a comment. Would Meghan have survived as an Ambani or another powerful wife in a different powerful dynasty in another time or another era? Share this video if you think you're done with this race baiting card. Join the movement. Hashtag proud racist with a Y. Hashtag racism, not racism. Hashtag race is heritage, not hate. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay tuned because we have a lot more to unravel, to tell, and to share with you all. Till next time, take care of yourself. This is Vespera, signing off.